Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. Right, set for today's video. So it's Saturday and Saturdays. I do Cellar Saturday where I drink something from my cellar or someone else's, which is the case today. It's courtesy of Billy. Thanks so much, Billy. I really appreciate it. This one's wild. Like, if you didn't see the unboxing, this one is pretty darn wild. Let's start. I'm trying to think, like, what's the wildest thing? It might be the date. Best before April 30th, 2013. So we are over 11 years after the Best Buy date. 11.6% ABV. It's a collab. Two breweries came together. I don't know the right way of saying it. So it's Deschutes Brewery and Hair of the Dog, which RIP Hair of the Dog, great brewery. Joined forces to weave the dissident and the stoic and Fred and Adam into an artistic collage of cask aging alchemy. Damn, beer is fun. So the way I take that is they didn't try to like look at those four recipes and come up with a super recipe. They took those four beers, blended them together, and cask aged them. It says number one, so maybe this is the first time they did. Oh yeah, Conflux, right? Series number one, collage. I'll have to look online exactly what I'm supposed to call this beer in the title. But anyway, let's get into it. All right, over 11 years old. There's still a good amount of carbonation. We got about a finger ahead. Looks like very dirty water. It's not like mud water, but it's definitely like a brownish, almost like a little orange in there. Dirtiness, like dirty water, maybe is a better descriptor than muddy water. Anyway, the head is a little dark khaki, relatively compact bubbles. I actually didn't even think like what this beer would look like when I poured it out, but there you go. Let's get into the aroma. There's a sweetness. It's very reminiscent of a green caramel apple. Both like real caramel, real Granny Smith, like green apple, but also those candies, and maybe even I can't tell if it's sour or not, but like almost reminds me of those sour green apple, kind of like that kind of a smell, but with caramel too. Molasses, but it's kind of connected to an earthy element, slight woody earth element, like mulch. Generically citrus zest. It's a relatively sweet smelling beer with that green apple thing really dominant. Everything else I'm saying is pretty minimal. Yeah, let's see about the taste. Cheers, Billy. Thanks again. I hope you're doing well. The taste is very similar to the aroma. There is this slight acidic green apple flavor. Well, I'm sorry, slight acidic sour green apple flavor. Also big caramel, big molasses. Does have like that, like just like fruity esters also. And then it has that like woody molasses earthiness. Wow, like it really does follow the aroma. Those are all right, aren't those all things I said? The citrus thing in the aroma, like that sour thing I was talking about, it's kind of interwoven there, but it gets more like green apple with like, but there's a little bit of this pop zestiness. Brown bread, it drinks like you can taste an old ale in there, like the style old ale, barley wine. There's a slight like minty menthol dead hoppiness in there, almost like maybe a really old American style barley wine kind of a thing, but like not with the citrus that like a Bigfoot would have, but a hoppiness that it would have. I'm gonna do one more sip. This is a lot of fun. It's not like the best beer I've ever had, but it's not the worst either. If anything, this is more like interesting, like to drink. This is more interesting than wowing me, you know. But it's not like offensive to drink, which is nice because I can kind of keep sipping on it. I assume that acidic sour green apple thing is, a lot of age and oxidation. Although then the carbonation was so good, how much oxidation did it have? Where like it got oxygen got in there, but not a ton apparently because it was still not like a flat beer. I don't know. So it's like kind of a trip to do just from a beer reviewer point of view. What is the age? There's like a generic staleness to it. Not generic, like an overall staleness to it. Flavors are muted, but it's kind of, and not that I ever had this beer fresh or anything, but it's like a really interesting experience. Any beer taster, I think, anyone who likes beer, this would be a cool one to do at this age. But yeah, from a review point of view where you're trying to articulate what you're saying or what you're writing or whatever, really cool, fun one to do. So I appreciate it, Billy. Thanks, man. Soft, slight vanilla. Yeah, this just fruity esterness is compounding a little bit. There's a lot going on. It's a very complex beer, which makes sense what this beer is. Like, take the age out of it. What this beer is makes sense. It would have all this wild stuff going on. Yeah, super fun. And not that bad. Like again, not great or anything, but like it's not an offensive sip. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is kind of cool. Actually, this is really cool to do. All right, Billy, thanks again, man. I really appreciate it. You guys had this beer before? Do you know anything else about this beer? Have you had a beer that sounds like this, where like it was like blending of different beers? I don't know, anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.